very good quartet. And a couple of guys from around Lakewood, Medina. I never knew exactly where they lived. Still don't know where they live. But George O'Brien, raise your hand, George. And Danny Mahuda. Danny, correct. When I got to Cleveland in 1957, the Cleveland chapter, the first night, by the way, they met on Friday night at the Trevor's Hall on East 55th Street. You don't want to go there. But in its day, it was a great place. And I'd never been in an environment where everybody knew so many old songs, and I thought I knew that. I didn't know at all. Well, I'll tell you what time I got home. 5 o'clock in the morning. My wife complained. I said, I'm probably going to be here a little bit later next time. It was the most fun I ever had in my life, I'm telling you. But anyway, right after we got here, I ran into a guy named James F. Pointer, and there he is over there. And 46 years ago, they formed a quartet, which is the most appropriate name for a quartet I've ever seen. A great bunch of guys. They are. They are the longest serving standing quartet in the history of the Barbershop Society. And tonight is going to be their swan song. Danny, you're on. Okay.
This song is again for all the girls out there, girls and mothers and wives, and grandmas and great-grandmas, little girls you're going to see in the course later on, because we men up here love you very much. So here we go. Jimmy?
Sorry, I don't know they're going to get this. I'm not going to tell you who it's from yet. 75th anniversary of Cleveland West Suburban Chapter Barbershop Chorus. I think you get, yeah, that's right. On behalf of the citizens of the city of Cleveland, I'm honored to offer this proclamation in recognition of the 75th anniversary of the Cleveland Chorus. The Cleveland West Chorus is the first and oldest chorus east of the Mississippi River, all true. As part of the 75th anniversary celebration, the chapter will honor the great Bunch of Guys Quartet. You didn't know that? Okay, the Great Bunch of Guys Quartet celebrates their 43rd years as a registered quartet. And comprised of the members Dan Lahuda, George O'Brien, Jim Kleiman, and Ed Simons right there. These guys have continued, wait a minute, I skipped. The Great Bunch of Guys Quartet has entertained thousands in Cleveland and Northeast Ohio region at various events. And the Great Bunch of Guys Barbershop Quartet continue to be active and contribute to the advancement of the arts and culture in Cleveland. I really don't know about that. Support and love barbershop party, that's true. The members of the Great Bunch of Guys have made a positive impact in the Cleveland community and an inspiration to all who know them. Therefore, I, Frank G. Jackson, that's not me, the mayor, the 56th mayor of the city of Cleveland, do hereby offer this proclamation recognizing the 73rd of the Cleveland West Suburban Chapter Chorus and the work of the Great Bunch of Guys Barbershop Quartet, names already mentioned. I invite all Clevelanders to join me in congratulating at this momentous occasion and wishing them continued success. And there's a man excited with these seats.
So, I got a few more things, if you don't mind. Okay, this is from Marty Munson, who's the CEO of the Barbershop Harmony Society. He says, it's rare enough that anyone does anything across 5 decades. To make harmony, to bring joy, to capture the essence of fellowship and song for this long is a truly exceptional feat. We were founded as a quartet society, and to live that dream for a lifetime is to fully realize our aspirations. Only a great bunch of guys could manage to remain friends through this long time. Here's to your next decade. Keep going, sorry. This is from Don Barnett, who is a member of the Cleveland chapter, was the tenor of the 1979 Grandma's Boys and the 1992 bass of Keepsake, both international champions. He said, I can't think of a more fitting tribute to Dan, George, Jim, and Ed, and a great bunch of guys. I sang with Dan in a quartet called Phase 4, was judged numerous times in quartet contests by George, and I still recall singing in the stairwell at a chapter meeting with Jim, where he taught me a neat tag. My heart is calling you, that I still teach today. Each of these gentlemen exemplify the encouragement phase of our society. They always had positive words. For me, as I was starting in barbershop, I feel blessed to have crossed paths with each one of them during my time in my barbershop journey. To Ed, Jim, George, and Dan, thank you for your fond singing memories. You truly are a great bunch of guys. Enjoy your celebration tonight. Okay, one more. George, Danny, Jim, can you guess who this is? He said, I started my young barbershop career in Berea, Ohio. From there, I went on to become the lead of the 1980 champs, the Boston Com. Any guesses? Who is it? It's Matt. He also says, I'm 25 feet away from you. Where? Where is he? Hurry up.
Thank you. I hope I get through with this. It was about 2 months ago that Jim Coney called me and says, this is what you have. And I said, because I have so many friends, the first thing I said, who was this first, please? I had friends who played joke on me. And they said, do you remember George O'Brien? And I said, "You're kidding." I couldn't forget George O'Brien. I says, "Do you remember Dan Huda?" He said, "Yes." And he says, "Here's the reason I'm calling. They're doing their last performance. And I can't think of anything I'd rather be doing right now than this. And I've been on many stages now through the years. But these gentlemen were inspiration to me, and I'm humbled by being a part of this. I started at Wayne Junior High School when I was in 8th or 9th grade, and I happened to sing with Dan and George in the quartet. They never knew the influence that they had on me. Not only musically, but also in education when I taught for 28 years. All I can say is there ought to be more people like them. They contribute so much in so many ways, and it is an honor and a thrill for me to be here this evening. And I thank you, and these are the words. I wish I could read this, but I never get through it. Thank you. Very well appreciated. Thank you so much.
Please do that. 75 years, maybe 150 years, maybe 250 years, songs have been written by many authors, songs with great melodies and better words. And we're going to sing a song and see how many times you can remember as we go through.
See how many we can remember.
How many?
All the greatest songs of all are the ones that I recall. They wrote them in the good old days. Remember. Scared like an arrogant spine to mention a name or two. Little Annie Ruby by the old mill stream. Heart in my heart, making my heart doodly-doodly-doo. That's the way my dad and mother used to sing. Sailing away on harmony came the rolling wind was blown. Baby facing honest up the road. All the greatest songs of all are the ones that I recall. They wrote them in the good old days. They wrote them in the good old days. Those ever loved the good old days. Put your arms around me and they hold me tight. Sway right with them. Along your whistle if you know the chorus. Can't forget them. Tiffer to the Yankee Doodle boy. All the greatest songs of all are the ones that I recall. They wrote them in the good old days. Toe, tap, rhythm, put your arms around me